You know how if you go on Instagram and see someone doing stand-up comedy and they make the worst jokes imaginable and the crowd just sits there in awkward silence, and it ends up on the very platform that you're seeing it on, and you go in the comments section and everyone is tearing them to shreds? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's happening here once again. Activision has decided that they were gonna go on Twitter and make the most ridiculous statement in their own ridiculous way. So let's take a look at the post that Call of Duty has put here. Over the past year, we've continued to learn a lot about multiplayer's matchmaking through the player data, community feedback, and we're also excited to see all the recent love for Black Ops and Black Ops 2, which reinforced that there are many elements of those experiences that players appreciate. Starting this week with Season 5, we are updating Black Ops Classic, Quick Play, and Party games in Black Ops 7 with new matchmaking system inspired by those classic games. We'll continue to offer the open playlist in Black Ops 7, and we'll continue also include open playlist options in the upcoming Modern Warfare 4 beta. Thanks for your continued feedback as we stay focused on multiplayer experiences that go beyond expectations. Jump in and let us know what you think. Well, Activision, let's do just that. How many freaking times are we gonna get this post? Seriously, every year, it seems that we get a post about the matchmaking, how it works, what goes into it, etc. And every time it goes against what they said last time, right? Like, you know, it just... we got to break this down, man. We have got to break this down. They say over the past year that they've, learned, through, oh boy, the data that, everyone talks about the matchmaking and what it really means, like, to the community and how they are going to implement them into, current and upcoming COD titles. Now, keep this in mind. They talk specifically about Black Ops 1 and 2. And guess what? Just released on PS5. You guessed it, these two titles. So what's the big deal? Well, as it turns out, these titles have had more players and more copies, sold or something like that than the current title, right? Obviously, not hard to see why. Which has then, led to Activision having this huge issue, right? Basically because the COD gods forbid that everyone, wants to play, two good COD titles versus the terrible ones, which, is genuinely insane considering that, they see just how true COD matchmaking is much more enjoyable to the community than its own SBMM counterparts in the current titles, right? I think this really shows just how far people are willing to go for a fun and competitive experience. Compared to, the current titles, right? And, it shows that they're going for this fun, but, competitive and casual, laid back, just all around great experience into just one whole package, right? And because of that, they've seen the error of their ways, supposedly, let's keep that in mind, supposedly, and have now supposedly implemented, that into the current COD title, right? Starting, with everything going on from this post, they're now stating that they have changed the Black Ops Classic and Quick Play Party game modes, furthermore saying that they will offer them in the, open playlist and continue it with the Modern Warfare 4 beta. Yikes. My gosh, man, like... you see what I'm talking about? This post right here shows that every chance they get, when players leave and they don't want to play your boring AI slop, you go and say something that contradicts your previous statement every single chance you get. It is unreal. Like, everybody knows that nobody knows what matchmaking even consists of anymore. Like, you say there's no skill, it's the same. Now there's skill, but it's minimally considered. We don't control the matchmaking, Now there's no skill again, like, it's just, man, I don't know. But to put the cherry on top, you say you're changing it to the classic matchmaking all over again, right? Like, and not to mention that every time they say something, the reality is it doesn't match up with what they're saying, or it just outright contradicts what is being pushed to the public. The matches don't portray the open matchmaking or minimally considered skill. When you go in there, you know, and play the games against the most ridiculous shit ever to be, you know, created by human history, and then, you know, you just get handed a pity game after you're getting your ass kicked for fucking hours, right? The community is seriously done with this stand-up fucking comedy act. It's not even funny. It's just embarrassing. Like, it's genuinely embarrassing to be a COD fan at this point, right? Like, trust me, I get it. You need to improve the game, but at the, you know, core of the game, Call of Duty is simple. There's not much to fix, you know? And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a tried and true method, by the way, Activision. I take notes, right? Like, keep in mind, this is all from seeing how 2 games that they ported to a newer console is genuinely more enjoyable than the, you know, shitty current games. Like, you know, and not to mention, man, like, these games just don't suck, right? You know, or they're consistently being force-fed bullshit, you know, from, you know, the game. Like, seriously, would you rather be thrown into SBMM hell, or would you find a random lobby that has good connection, no packet burst lag, straight up good casual fun, you know, good connect, like, everything, man, under the sun. You know, like, but you see that, you know, and it's just more desired by the community, right? Well, you know, but why can't we still implement it into the game from day one? Like, putting it into a game where everyone has, you know, left isn't going to bring them back. That door's closed, and it is varied, you know? But I guess if the clown shoes fit Activision, wear them, right? Because at the end of the day, a billion-dollar company would rather ruin their hard-earned built reputation than actually do what they say and listen and implement the true readings from their so-called data. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's video down below. But other than that, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Not. It's Corey's fault.